Hello. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Role Playing Guys. This is Spencer hopping in here for another quick intro. As you know, this is the 9th episode in Season 8 and our exploration of the game of Deadlands. In this episode, there's a poorly planned jailbreak at the top of the episode, followed by some wonderful exploration. Anyways, a reminder, we love getting game suggestions from our listeners, and we love getting games from indie game developers. If you have a game that you have made or you want to hear a specific TTRPG in a podcast, please let us know. We'll put it on our ever-growing list of games to test and review. If you are looking to support indie game developers, we have some recommendations of games that we have already played and have posted episodes for. We encourage you to check out The Flying Circus, A Cool and Lonely Courage, Proud Hour, Suited, or Elfenfolk. We've already played these games and have posted episodes of that, so you can check out if any of those games strike your fancy. You can purchase these games on DriveThruRPG or itch.io. As we continue our journey of reviewing and discussing more games, we invite you to tell other people you know about the show and rate and subscribe to it yourself. And if you have convinced somebody to check out the show, please let us know. We'd love to hear back from you. Thank you so much to our patrons over on Patreon, Brad, Jules, Steven, and Sir Guy. You are the dripping faucets to our pipes. Without you, the overwhelming pressure would explode the pipes, filling our homes with unfiltered TTRPGs. Additionally, and finally, please continue to listen to the experts about the global pandemic of COVID-19. That's all I have. Let's get the episode. On that note...
Anyway, let's do this.
Let's go!
Well, okay, wow.
It's you now.
So wait, are you injured or are you tired tonight?
Or both.
I'm actually okay, I think. We'll see.
You seem lively today, so I'm excited.
Yeah, last week was bad. Last week at work was bad.
I like to love my job, so I've come home refreshed like every day. It's like,
man, you're so lucky.
I love my job, but the phone would not stop ringing, and I was trying to get something done.
The worst. Just tell them, hey, I got stuff to do.
It's called Deadlands.
I gotta kill more chupacabras.
Okay, welcome everyone to our latest session of Deadlands. Woo-hoo. I'm Rebecca. I'm the marshal of this little... I don't even know what we call it at this point anymore.
Goat rodeo.
Sure. Sounds good. With me are...
Goat wranglers.
Tyler.
That's me, head goat wrangler.
And your character?
Doc, who's not a goat wrangler.
Thank you. Spencer.
Drewseph Bird at your service. That is the intro that I'm going with every week.
Consistent.
Alright.
Consistency.
And Nick.
Aaron Cox. American.
And if Nick would like to give us our recap of last week.
Yeah, so we were continuing our battle with these villagers who seemed to think that this child that they were attacking and had killed was evil somehow or something. But anyway, they Drewseph came in, barged in, and basically called for a ceasefire. Just kind of telling everyone, why are we all shooting? Why are we all fighting? Why can we talk about this and everything? And so it was still a tense situation, but the fighting stopped, and it was made clear after some actual talking that the villagers, like this specific group of villagers, seemed to believe that other members of the village were monsters, or had become monsters, or turned into monsters, or taken over by monsters, or whatever.
Likely completely detached from reality, but
who knows what they're
so a real witch hunt crucible kind of situation there. We didn't really make much headway in that argument in the argument department because we couldn't really convince them that they were wrong, and they couldn't really tell us
how they want to tell us.
Yeah, they didn't.
They either couldn't or wouldn't tell us exactly why they thought certain people were monsters or something, or monsters disguised as humans, whatever. I remember also that Aaron found some there were others hidden away somewhere, and of course they wouldn't tell us where they were because they didn't trust any of us. Drewseph was trying to gain their trust, saying that he wanted to join in believe them and join in and everything. They were a bit wary of that. Aaron was hoping to sneak off and follow some tracks, but that didn't really come. The search didn't really yield anything.
Well, he wasn't able to leave.
He wasn't able to leave. That's what it was. There wasn't much that he could do at the time. We came back, and the villagers that came back with us that survived were put in jail. And the sheriff went to sleep, as did, I don't know if Doc needs to sleep, but Doc and Aaron, and then Drewseph volunteered to keep watch over the villagers with a plan, but he had a plan of his own. So I believe we ended with Doc and Aaron just kind of retiring and at where they were sleeping, and Drewseph at the jailhouse with the deputy while the sheriff was sleeping.
Yeah, then I think Drewseph was planning on doing a little caper.
Yeah. So Drewseph had some kind of plan, and I think now is the time that we see what that plan is.
Well, it's really quite simple. I'm going to pick the lock and try and leave. There's
the whole
not
town?
much to it. Nick...
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was some sort of plan to infiltrate them or just join them outright or something.
Nick, did you draw chips for us?
I drew chips for myself. Let me draw chips for you guys. Sorry. So, Spencer, you got a red chip and a white chip and a white chip.
Darn it.
No, you're not American enough to get red, white, and blue.
You commie.
You
Tyler,
know that
you
red,
got...
white, and blue also happen to be the colors of the United Kingdom, right, Nick?
And France.
Yeah.
And Russia.
And Chile.
Puerto Rico.
They're
Puerto
very popular
Rico?
colors.
Yeah, but we're in the weird American West, so who cares?
True.
Anyway, Tyler, you got a white chip and a white chip
Nice.
and another white
Wow. This is great.
That's what you get, dead boy.
Man, I'm maxed out at 10 chips. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Well, that's good. And I drew for myself. I got 2 whites and a red.
Oh, I see how it is. Giving yourself those sweet red... No, wait, the blue chips are the best. Never mind.
Countries that have red, white, and blue stripes.
There's a long list of them.
Texas.
It's not that long. Chile, Costa Rica, Croatia, France, Netherlands, North Korea, Luxembourg, Paraguay, Russia, Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Thailand.
What about...
And that's just stripes.
Yeah, because... You just stripes, because I was going to say, doesn't the Dominican Republic have red, white, and blue, too?
Pick the lock already!
In Australia.
Pick the lock! Come on, do it! You can't!
No, we're busy debating flags at this
moment.
moment.
You won't do it!
It's vitally important information here, okay?
Do it, you
You
won't.
won't do it. You
Do it, you
wuss.
coward.
You won't do
Okay,
it.
so,
All right, so...
you're in the jail cell.
Okay, by the way, how are you doing this?
So, jail, whatever. You're in the... You know what?
So you're in that one place.
Stop being hopeful. You're in the place with the stuff and the
You're in the
things
bar.
and
You're in the
lock.
bar
Ah,
house.
yes.
With the lock. The place with the lock.
The lock rooms.
Are you
Sweet.
going to be okay?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great.
All right, so starting in the front office area with, what's his name? Deputy Cole. I'm actually going to go up...
Cool, yeah.
What?
I was confirming. Go ahead.
So I'm going to be sitting out there for a little bit, waiting until it's pretty obvious that Sheriff Beck would be asleep. And then I'm going to go up to Deputy Cole and just start chatting him up a little bit. So, Deputy, how's that arm doing? Is it healing up all right? Did the doctor remove the bullet?
Oh, yeah, Doc says I just gotta wear this sling for the next little bit, but I'll be good as new.
Oh, that...
And at least it wasn't my dominant hand.
That is quite lucky. You're, I assume, right-handed because this caught you with the left?
Yeah? Yep.
That is what we call deduction, my friend.
Got a real Sherlock Holmes here.
Did you hear that?
What? I didn't hear nothing.
It sounded
I
like
hear
there was
nothing.
something going on outside. It kind of like the rattling of equipment. I don't know. You should probably go out and check, or stay here.
Roll for it.
Persuasion. There's a persuasion thing, right?
There
Unless you
is
want-
persuasion or performing. I don't know which one would make more sense. There's probably a lying one too. Isn't there? Maybe not.
I didn't think there was one specifically for lying.
Yeah, maybe it's just tale telling. That's what
I got a 7. Was the highest that I got.
Well, I guess I better go out and check.
Wonderful.
He's not the brightest. It was not a super hard one.
Don't worry, I'll
He's a little naive.
I'll keep guard here, you know, for the
Oh, well,
part of the
well,
Queen
thanks.
Zone, and I'll salute him as he
Man.
walks out.
I don't know. Well, I guess it'll be fine. I'll go. He leaves.
All right. As soon as he is out of the door frame, I'm running back, and I'm gonna look at them and go, "All right, we don't have very long. I'm going to bust you out, and we're going back to where the encampment is, so we can escape. Because I'm convinced that Deputy Cole and Sheriff Beck are likely both monsters as well." Yes.
You hear the
Wake
roar.
up. Get the lead out of your pants. I'm.
What do they say to that?
I mean, they kind of are looking at each other. One of them seems to be more inclined to believe you. The other two seem a little less certain that they fully trust you, but...
We'll see if they trust me after they're out. Okay, and I'm gonna throw a blue chip on this as well. So
Ooh,
Oh, wow, okay.
big spender.
doesn't look like it really needed one, actually. Okay, so I had 2 6s, so those... I really didn't need one. I really didn't need one.
Too late. I already
Okay,
did
so
it.
that was 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6,
Wow.
and a 4. So that is
Wow.
28
Wow.
plus 4 more is 32.
Big boy.
As I'm using the tools that I stole from the blacksmith to kind of jimmy this and open it. And I've also got a hammer that I'm kind of, I know exactly. I've seen a lot of movie with lockpick. And so I lockpick door with hammer, pincers, matches,
and chisel.
and I also use my chisel. Yes, thank you. And, why not? I use my drill as well to open up the door.
Rotor saw too, maybe.
Stealth. There's sneak.
So
Can I have you roll a sneak to see how much noise you made?
makes sense, yeah.
With that rotor blade, you're in trouble.
Just so you know, the lock difficulties are 3 for an interior house drawer, 5 for a desk drawer, 7 for a front household door, 9 for a padlock, and 11 for a safe. So
You're in trouble.
Well, you, regardless...
I did make a lot of
Regardless
noise
of
with all
what
the tools I
lock.
listed. I agree.
Well, like, regardless of what kind of lock it was, you got it. Let's be real.
All right, and I got a 5 on my sneakus.
You make a bit of noise. Doesn't seem like anyone noticed.
Now get up, we must go. There isn't a lot of time. Deputy Cole is on his way back. What do you think he'll do to us if he catches us? Up, 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 up. Come on.
Hey, alright, we're going.
Hurry.
Okay, yeah, they get up and they, again, after exchanging some looks, they head out.
Dear Lord, why do we have to look at each other so much? Let's just go.
I still don't trust you.
That's wonderful. We can use the horses of my
She
companions
says
and
as
me.
she walks past you.
We can use the horses of my companions and mine, and we can make it out of here. And they'll be stranded here. That's a wonderful idea. Thank you very much, Drewseph. I surprise myself every day. This harebrained scheme seems to be more well thought out.
Okay, so how are you leaving?
Out the front door, we're gonna go back and try and get the horses and ride out there.
As you're coming out, Deputy Cole seems to be heading in.
Figured.
You walk into each other, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's not much that we can do at this moment, except for I'm gonna punch him in the left arm where he got shot.
Oh, dang! This is getting spicy. Or caliente.
This now becomes more of an order of operations thing. I don't know if I want to do a full battle, whatever, card drawing.
I think he has the drop on him, so if he can hit him successfully.
Fair enough.
There is a surprise round, so if you aren't expecting it, you have to make a TN 11 cognition check.
Cognition
is part of. That's actually one of the main traits.
Give me a sec. I gotta pull up my things with stuff.
Ah, yes.
I've been really struggling with finding words today. It's sad because I only speak one language and I couldn't even do that right. You know what I mean, though? Those days when you're like, I only speak English and I cannot find this word.
I think that's pretty common for everybody. I think everyone has those kind of days.
Except for Nick. Just always awkward when you're... It's awkward when you're talking to, a merchant and trying to sound like you know what you're telling them to do, and then you can't think of the word that you need to give them.
Nick has never messed up in his life.
Nick is a walking thesaurus.
He's Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way when it comes to language.
Mary Poppins?
Practically perfect in every way when it comes to language.
Nicholas Poppins.
Hard disagree, but whatever.
I was just... You know what? I got a 19.
Wow, he was expecting this. Oh. Interesting.
Oh, wait. Maybe that was quickness. Cognition starts with a C. 3d8. Let's try this again with the right dice. I told you, I obviously can't do words or spelling today to save my life. Yeah, that was a 7. He is surprised.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to slap him, or attempt to slap him in the arm and go, "We need to get out of here."
Okay, roll for...
Fighting?
Yep.
Surprisingly, Drewseph isn't a fighter.
What?
Oh, we knew that.
I'm gonna toss another red chip in there to be able to do this.
Red chip.
Noted.
Oh, thank goodness I did that. So my first roll, I don't have any skills in it, so it was going to be a 1d8 minus 2. And when I rolled that, I rolled a 2, so it would have been a 0. And then on the red chip that I tossed on there, I got an 8 plus a 3, so that's an 11 to hit.
Wow.
So that's a hit.
And
that's a hit.
Right.
Yeah. Too. This is the first time that Drewseph is actually hitting. So now
you've done it. You shot like in the first episode against the bandits.
Nope.
I remember. Or maybe that was the test game.
The test game.
Practice.
Yeah. So now I got to break out a D20. Okay. Come on, mama. That's a 15 plus 2 because I'm hitting, so that is a 17. Which, I mean, is upper guts, not where I was going.
Well, I thought the plus 2 you could do plus or minus 2. With
hitting? No.
Maybe I'm wrong.
With fighting, it's a plus 2, so I hit him in the upper guts, I don't hit him in the arm. So I completely
missed. What did you roll, though, to hit?
I rolled an 11 to hit.
Okay.
So I only got 1 raise. And if I lower it 1 or raise it 1, it's still the uppercuts. Here, I'm hitting your arm.
Yeah, but that could also count as the upper chest. You know, that could be good.
You know, I would say that because you said you were
I mean, I just missed my shot and hit him in the chest as I was aiming for his arm. Drewseph isn't a coordinated fighter. I think we're okay with that.
Okay, roll damage.
Fist is what, strength, I think?
Oh, you mean like the damage?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would just, I think so.
Drewseph is a little stronger than I expected. 2d8. That's a 9. Divided by size is probably
a nice 1.
6. So 1 wound to his chest.
Okay. You are able to stun him enough that y'all make it out.
Move, Deputy Cole. I'm going to hit you in the arm. As I hit him in the chest. That's what I meant. Come on, gang. We're running out of here. This is a jailbreak.
Okay, after a moment, when he gets his wind back, he starts yelling.
Shut up!
Sheriff Cole! Sheriff Beck! The prisoners are escaping! And one of them foreigners one of them outsiders is helping.
My name is Aaron Cox.
Wow. Okay.
You see, that is a perfect way to disguise ourselves as we escape.
He doesn't really hear you because he's busy yelling.
No, yeah.
He's like nonstop. He's like you're like, how is this kid not passed out yet? Yelling.
He knows.
You know, like a little kid yelling for mom, where you're like, how breathe. He's yelling like that. Like, he's calling for mom.
Well,
for the sheriff.
I now understand the reason that he still holds his position of deputy. He's a goddamn siren.
I just imagine him just like that out in front of the door, just like his mouth wide open up in there.
So while he's yelling, what are you doing?
We're making our way to the stable to get the horses to ride out of here.
Okay, and he also goes over and starts, he's like ringing the bell, which is like the alarm, essentially. Like...
Well, we better hurry up. Move.
And lights start, you start to see like lights and people starting.
So,
You're screwed.
You make it to the barn.
Now get on a horse.
Stables. I can't ride bareback.
What is wrong with you? I thought you knew. You thought it... Jeez. Let's exit the back way, I suppose. And hide.
Okay. Okay, you exit the back way and hide, and most of the village is starting to get up now. You guys probably hear a ruckus.
You are.
Do you want us to just wake up, or should we roll to see how asleep we are?
I mean,
at this point we are asleep, so I'm not sure.
I'm probably just gonna sleep through it.
Yeah, roll for it. Roll to see if you sleep through it.
All right. 10 plus. I'm awake.
What would that be?
I'm asleep.
Yeah, I'm wondering what check that would be. Would that be vigor? Would that be
Listen, you are the people familiar with this town. How do we escape? I've only come up with a little bit of this plan, obviously. I expected you to be able to do something.
I don't care. Decide if you wake up or not.
It would be kind of interesting to wake up and chase after him.
So I'll do simple, even, and odd. Even, I wake up. Odd, I don't. Even, Aaron wakes up to the and they're like, what tarnation all this ruckus?
The prisoners have escaped, and your friend helped them.
What on earth is this? And you start getting up.
Your friend helped them.
Which friend?
The one that's not you and not you.
Aaron's taking his rifle and he's running out.
Gosh, dang it.
The twiggy one.
Drewseph, you yellow-bellied son of a gun causing more problems.
The sheriff is up at this point and getting up. So y'all start to gather. Meanwhile, back to you.
We have to get out of this town. I don't think you understand. They would kill us. I don't deserve to die. I've been in these situations before, but
Well, what's your plan?
Well, I assume that you know the town considering the fact that you live here. Is that not right?
I mean, it's a street with houses on it.
All right, then let's leave. You direct us where we need to go to be safe. How about that? I got you out of the
Let's
jail.
go back the way we came.
What?
I mean, back the way we came.
Well, then let's
How
go
we got here?
back the way we came, I suppose.
Okay, like, they're like, well, it's gonna be hard because there's, like, no shelves. I mean, there's very little. I guess it's dark, though. Well, I guess it is dark.
Yes.
Well, I guess, let's... So, yeah, y'all start heading out of town. Let's get a sneak roll.
Sneak for...
I'm gonna let
him.
you do a collective roll.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm a 1d8 in sneak.
He's not very sneaky.
And I got a 5.
It passes, depending.
Not depending on what the TN is. It's not terrible. I also have a skill that's called Sense of Direction. That or I guess it's an edge, and it says I can usually tell which direction is north or south if you arrive. To determine the direction, make a fair cognition roll. With a hard smarts roll, your character knows what time it is as well. I'm not sure if this would apply in being able to retrace our steps more easily to assist with that.
Okay, yeah, you feel like you... I mean, no one points you out or anything, so...
Cool.
So y'all head back the way you came.
Wonderful.
Back out to the farm that you were at where...
The Kenyon's farm.
Sure, yeah. Yep, Kenyon's farm.
Are Doc and Aaron, like, I mean...
Y'all, so you guys are looking around town, I guess.
Oh,
is
right,
there like a...
So the sneak was like, they got past us, right?
The sneak was whether they were detected.
Yeah.
They seem to think there was a close call where it looked like someone may have seen them. They didn't react, so they think they got cleared away.
Perfect.
And after like a little bit of looking around, obviously, the person who thought they maybe saw you but didn't react at the time was like, now that now that I think back on it, I think I may have seen them
Where'd they go?
leaving. I don't know, they were heading that way-ish, and he kind of points off in the
Aaron
general
looks in that
direction.
and like, ain't that the direction where we went? Where we saw the group of villagers earlier?
Probably. Knowing
Maybe we should go there.
Drewseph, he's not very original with his plans.
Exactly.
Ouch.
Let's make our way over there. Not sure if we. I mean,
You don't know where you're going.
yeah.
It's dark, but I assume you have like a torch or whatever to help you.
A torch and a couple of pitchforks, just in case.
Mob.
I mean,
Mobbing it.
who knows what we'll find. Got a little
I
bit
think
of
you still have
tar
the
and feather
dynamite,
from the
don't you?
last outing that we had.
Well,
We didn't even have time for that. We were shooting it too.
Dynamite.
Yep. Aaron still does have 6 of dynamite.
Ooh, that could be real fun.
So
At this stable, was there a horse there? Because if this goes wrong,
there were a couple horses. They just weren't saddled.
no, back at the Kenyon ranch or Kenyon farm.
Oh, at the Kenyon farm, there wasn't when you were there last time.
Dang it. Yeah, well,
There was like a donkey.
Should have asked these things before.
I should have.
You're
Oh,
in
well.
trouble.
We'll see.
So what are you guys doing? Are you just chilling at the ranch?
Well, they're heading out. I mean, it takes a little while. I mean, you're on foot. Last time you rode out there.
That's true.
Yeah. So is this the best place that we can go? Why don't we go back to where the headquarters are in order to... You said that they would never find us there. So why don't we go there? You'd rather be caught by these monsters. That sounds like... That is your plan.
Stop talking.
I'm fine with that. I just am... curious if you want to be caught by the monsters.
Stop talking. I'm listening now. Shush. That was Miss Landry.
Break them out of jail, and that's what you get. And
she seems to be like, so. And as you're going along, she just kind of has like this. As you get closer to the barn, so a few hours, because it took probably about an hour before someone realized they hadn't seen you guys leave. So you have about an hour's head start. A few hours in, you know, she just kind of, it's like she's listening intently for something. And eventually, y'all are making this into way more, wow, okay. Eventually there's a howl in the distance.
Ooh.
What type of howl? Like a wolf howl or a chupacabra howl?
Or like a moving castle howl.
Or a werewolf howl?
Or howl. Is it a howl?
It's well, I guess how much do you know, how well do you know animal howls?
Extremely well.
I'm well versed.
That might be survival.
Let's go survival.
Oof, survival. Where is survival?
Under smarts.
Man, you're in trouble. That chupacabra's gonna get you. I grew up and now it's out for vengeance.
It grew up in like 2 days.
Yeah, they have incredible growth spurts.
That's a 1.
You have no idea. Probably something more lupine than like not, but beyond that, you have no clue. And then she howls back.
Wonderful.
Wait, the lady did?
Yeah, no, she goes and gives a howl back.
Drews is like, oh, fuck.
So does this mean that we're going back to where the headquarters are? I'm not sure that is the greatest idea right now.
So just wait. They'll be here.
Who is they?
You'll see in a shush.
Goodness gracious, what is up with these riddles?
Our ride will be here. Our rides will be here. So you wait like a few more minutes, and a couple, and yeah, a rider and a few horses comes up, and he's like, it's the rider dismounts and is like, "What took you so long?"
I broke them out over an hour ago. They chose not to ride on horses. I took them to the stable as well.
Where are the others? They didn't make it. And we got held up.
And?
Well, And who's this?
Drewseph, at your service. I was the one that released the snag that allowed them to escape from being held up.
He did help us. Yes, but we can't just trust him. Well, but we can't send him back. Fine, blindfold him. So they put a blindfold on you after getting you on a horse. Actually, before. Put a blindfold on you, help you up on the horse, and then they mount and ride off.
As skilled of a rider as I am, I'm not quite comfortable riding blind. Do you mind if I remove this?
And they have someone essentially they have, Jacob get on behind you, essentially, to guide the horse and make sure you stay blindfolded.
Whoever this is behind me is rather gruff, and I'm not sure I feel comfortable.
He's like a teenage. He's like a teenager. Anyway,
but he is a farmhand.
You do this or you stay. No, actually, he's not. His parents own the Mercantile.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Interesting.
So, yeah. He's as close as you get to a city boy around these parts.
City slacker.
Anyway. No, they basically they'll give you the option of you can come blindfolded or we leave you.
Well, let's go forward. There's
no going back.
no direction like forward.
Okay. So they start riding off and you're blindfolded, so good luck with that.
Do I need to make any check to make sure I don't fall off or anything?
No, that's why they put someone behind you.
Okay.
So like you're essentially doubled up on the horse.
So they ride with their arms around me.
Oh yeah.
Or do I have to sit on the back and I wrap around Jacob?
You feel very secure.
How is this? I need this visual.
She's rolling for it.
Or am I
You're in back.
or am I sitting side saddle in the front and he's holding me
Oh,
like a
no.
beautiful
Or is he
bride?
like a sack
No,
of potatoes on the
you
back?
Yes, you are the sack of potatoes on that horse.
So they tied him up too.
Jeez.
Yep.
This is
You
unfortunate.
are trussed up on that horse.
You got.
Well, I
hogtied.
suppose when you're chatting so much, you tend to get put in these situations.
You got wrangled and thrown on the back of the horse.
I did.
Because it's more fun that way.
Agree.
So we're gonna cut back to the others. It was pretty late when you all got back, so it's probably starting to hit like very, very beginnings of dawn when you get to the back to the farm
The barn, okay.
where you saw the tracks.
Okay, now Aaron's going to go around and like look for where the tracks are again. Is he able to see them again?
Yep.
Like,
Nope.
okay.
Since you already know what
Nope.
you're looking for, I'm gonna give it to
Okay,
you.
just making sure. He said, "Alright, so last time we were here, I found some tracks leading away from this place, and unless we have some other kind of lead, I'm thinking maybe we try these tracks over here yonder."
Well, are there not any fresh tracks from if they were walking or if they had horses?
Are there any?
Let's start looking, huh? Time for a track check.
Would this be like
Roll for it.
Cause if I can't
survival? maybe?
find nothing, then I'm gonna just go with you. I got a 2,
Oh, there's tracking.
so
actually.
I'm just gonna follow your
I'm gonna
lead.
say, isn't tracking a thing?
It
It
is.
is, yeah.
There is a.
I got a 4.
I got a 2, so I'm not finding nothing. So I'm gonna. Well, my friend Aaron, I haven't found any other tracks. So if you know a track, then let's follow that.
Yeah, you're not seeing any new ones per se. It does
Okay.
look like a mix of horse and people, like feet and
Perfect.
horse.
Is the sheriff with us?
Yeah, the sheriff and a
Okay.
few others.
All right. Well, I'm gonna follow Aaron to the tracks and let him lead the way since he was able to find it last time.
Okay.
Okay.
We follow the tracks.
And were you guys riding?
Probably to
Yes,
be able to catch up quicker.
I think we want to
I would assume
take the
that,
horses, yeah.
Well, it wasn't explicitly stated, so I figured we should
Okay.
probably clarify that.
Fair enough.
I chose to sprint
You never
the
know.
entire way.
You never know. Someone could decide that seemed like the logical thing to
Since
do.
I'm dead and I have no feelings in my body, I could technically sprint that entire distance and have no pain.
You might, like, ruin your feet and stuff doing that, but you wouldn't feel it, so...
No, we got horses.
Win some, lose some, I guess.
So,
Okay, so you're following the tracks.
Yep.
mhm.
Alright, time passes. Roll tracking one more time.
5 chupacabras.
Fuck you, coppers, I ambush you.
I actually rolled a 5.
Yep, nope, you're able to follow the tracks.
I
Yes.
got a 5. Yay.
Okay, yeah, you're able to follow the tracks. Eventually, probably like mid-morning, you get to a bit more of a hilly area. And you see some, almost looks like fortifications a bit, like people have kind of taken whatever they could to kind of build up wall-ish things.
Hmm.
So as kind of a, like, keep people
Is it like
out,
a barricaded house, kind of? Or do they like chop?
Hills, there's kind of an overhang. It's like an overhang hill area bit. So like more almost not quite a cave, but like a little more sheltered on one side with the hill wall, whatever. Bit of an alcove.
Okay.
So like they've kind of made that more of a fortified position so that they are a little more protected instead of just out in the open, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But not like a full-on building.
And they have like chopped down trees kind of around it or something to like kind of make some walls.
Yeah, the few trees that were there have all been cut down and made into walls. Some big boulders, or rocks and stuff, just like whatever they could use.
Okay, I'm gonna dismount.
Prickle bush it, some nice like tumbleweed placed along the wall to get it prickly, whatever. Just
Okay. Do we see? I guess can I roll scrutinize to see if I see anybody kind of manning the defenses?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because you're still pretty far out.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'd probably dismount at like a good distance so that we can go up without being noticed.
Yeah, no, like you're close enough that like you could maybe see if there's, especially if you had like a spyglass or something, which.
I did not prepare. All right, Sheriff. All right, Aaron. How do you guys want? There's some kind of fortifications and buildings over there. I don't know if this is the same people we following, but do you guys want to just rush in with the horses, or do you want to kind of take it slow and see what's up?
Aaron's kind of like rifling through his pack, and he says, just kind of like throw just so you know what cards we got to play with here. I still got these." And he shows you his 5 sticks of dynamite.
Aaron,
We could work with
a true
that.
American.
Okay, we're gonna pause you guys there and go back
Okay.
to Drewseph again. I just kind of needed to know whether or not you guys were gonna be able to follow them. To determine where I would be cutting you off. So, back to you. So, early morning, you get wherever you're going, they help you dismount, they unblindfold you, but they still have you a little bit trussed up, just like you can't get away. Like your hands are still tied together.
Mm-hmm. Well, it
And
seems that we are in the dawn of the day. Why don't we have some breakfast? Did anyone bring anything?
someone will chuck you, like, a hunk of bread and some cheese.
Dusty bread and moldy cheese, my favorite. How did you know?
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you rather go hungry?
Oh.
I know. Does my favorite mean something different here in the States? Sorry, I just... very confused. My gratitude to you. And I take the bread and I, take my knife out and I slice it and then
Your
put...
hands are still tied.
What?
Your hands are still tied.
Yeah, I can still do this, sit down, put it on my
put
lap,
the moldy
and
cheese
and cut it
on.
open.
Put the
Okay,
moldy
Yeah.
fair
cheese
enough.
on the dirt, and then press the knife into the cheese into the dirt, and then you can...
I have a leg cutting board. Come on,
Leg.
I know how to
Then
do
let
this.
him keep the knife.
What?
Oh, sorry, Miss Landry. Sorry, I have to take that. And he grabs the knife. Like,
Am I not allowed to
I-
cut my bread?
cut it for him.
And what about the cheese? Are you going to cut the cheese?
You walked right into that one. I'm just
I
saying.
know. You know what? You be quiet.
That one. That one.
No, they'll take and like tear. They'll tear. Give you pieces.
Oh, they didn't.
You
cut
know,
it,
I'm
they
more
tore it.
accustomed to having Lunchables, but this works.
The ham and crackers probably is the most.
The ham
enjoyable.
crackers and government cheese, but this seems quite nice.
What were you expecting? Cracker Barrel?
That does
So
sound
yes,
nice.
actually I was. Anyway, so what are we doing out here now that we have
That's
escaped the
good.
monsters?
Sorry. Sorry, what?
What are we doing out here now that we have escaped the monsters? Also known as the townsfolk, that we agree are monsters.
Well, this is where, right now everyone's out doing their jobs, but when they get back, this is where we make camp.
Of course.
That you were oh so eager to see earlier.
Is it wrong of me to want to be away from the monsters?
Still don't trust you.
Again, that is fine. I just don't understand why you wouldn't trust somebody who helped you escape and assisted you and prevented you from dying before.
Well, and our gratitude is the fact that you're still alive.
Oh yeah, saving your life twice and not killing me once, that seems like a fair trade. You're right. Pardon me.
Jacob, put him with the others. Once he's done, put him with the others.
What others? Out of curiosity, are the previous agents here from the agency?
What do you know about the agents?
I just know that I was hired to assist them in their work.
Oh, good. Well, it's a good thing then. You'll be seeing them real soon.
Wonderful. I have many questions to ask them. Thank you very much.
And Jacob? Yes'm? Search him before you.
The last thing that I do want to ask is, will I be able to have my knife back? That is an heirloom from my family. I am an orphan, both my parents dead, and as a dying gift from my dear father, he actually gave that to me before I crossed the Great Atlantic in indentured servitude.
We'll see.
Okay,
Fair enough. I suppose that sympathy is not wasted upon me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I do have things to be tending to.
Wonderful. And I bow.
Okay. And once you're done with your bread and cheese, Jacob, it's like, sorry about this, sir. And Terrence is also just like, sorry about Miss Landy, but we gotta do what she said.
A good soldier does what they are told. Back off.
And so they search you, they pull the lockpick tools that you had taken from the blacksmith.
Of course.
Anything else they find on you? They do a pretty thorough pat down to make sure they've got everything. And then they take you into the back of the overhang, which has been kind of barred off as much as, like, sectioned off.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense, yeah.
And kind of like, almost like a cage feel.
Mm-hmm.
And they stick you in there and shut the door and nod to the two guards and say, well, I guess have fun.
Are there any beasties in here that I should be afraid of that will kill me, other than, the monster other townfolk?
No beasts, just us. A more cultured voice says, and from behind you. And you turn around and see two gentlemen who seem dressed in more uniformy, and you're pretty sure you found the agents.
Fellow agents, would you mind untying me? Are they tied up as well?
Yeah, they have their hand tied as well.
Ah, interesting.
Well, it appears that we have found ourselves in quite the position. Correct, Agent?
Who are you?
1 and Agent 2, I suppose.
I'm Agent Taylor, and this is my associate, Agent Holmes.
Wonderful. A pleasure, I'm sure. Well, it appears that we have found ourselves in quite the quandary. I'm not sure how we're going to escape this one.
Yeah, you're telling me.
What have you tried?
So, let's just say we didn't start out in the cage.
How many are there?
Ah.
About half a town's worth.
2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I totaled that up. Not including us, there is 20. Except, there was 20.
So there are 20 prisoners, and how many of the guards?
Oh, not prisoners. There's 20 of them.
Ah.
It's only 2 of us.
Oh, wonderful. So, these are just insane people, right? That subscribe to conspiracy theories that have no foundation in reality and just make things up.
At first we thought maybe there was something to it, so we came out here to help them. But then they kept freaking out and saying that. I mean, they kept telling us that we needed to prove that we weren't monsters, and they weren't very forthcoming on how to prove that either.
Fascinating. They did the same thing to me when I saved their lives and I escaped them from jail.
So yeah, at first, we thought maybe there was some truth to this whole thing, but honestly, I just think they're crazy.
What could have possibly given you that idea? Was it the fact that they stormed the town and abduct people and tried to kill them?
Yeah, and the fact that we came out...
That should have been a pretty red flag for us as well.
Right? I've seen some weird things working for the agency, and this beats all.
So, were people disappearing before this... I'm sorry, but there's no other way to say it. Cult decided that they were going to do it themselves?
It's really hard to tell the timing of things.
It seems that way.
It seems almost simultaneous. It's really hard to tell, especially since they don't exactly keep good I mean, you've seen the town. It's not like they keep detailed records.
Deputy Cole is quite a diligent man that seems to keep great records.
Oh yes, very, very competent.
Oh, goodness me. It appears that we are between a rock and a hard place here.
We're in a chat spot.
Between a hard and a rock place.
A hard and a rock place, exactly, Agent Taylor.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, we've tried things, but every time before we can get too far away, they catch us and then they fix whatever we used to get out.
So, I have companions with whom I came to this town and they're the type of people that will just rush in and start shooting. So, considering the fact that they undoubtedly traced us all the way here, we'll hear a few gunshots soon, and there will be dead folk relatively soon as well. And they'll probably save us. They'll probably give me a tongue lashing and assume that I deserve to die and all this and that and the other. Don't worry, I'll escape. You'll be able to take the glory back to the individual who hired me, be able to wire me the money as I make my way out of town. Never to be seen again, actually.
I mean, fair enough.
No, that's the way that it'll go. I have this all planned out. Do not worry.
He knows us so well.
Right. Okay, we're gonna cut there, and then I guess go back to your compatriot.
Okay, I just want to make sure I know what's happening.
Your reluctant allies.
So they ended up in the shack where we are currently heading towards. Are we on the right path?
They're in You're heading to a, fortified hill area. Fortified, very rudimentary.
So
rudimentary fortifications.
Did you say it was, in a rock alcove of some kind?
It's in a hilly place. Rock alcove, they found kind of a...
But did Spencer's character, did
Drewseph
see this as he went in? From what I understand,
I was blindfolded.
You were blindfolded till you got into a building, kind of?
No, he was blindfolded until they got to the, inside the fortification.
Okay, cool. Cool. So he doesn't know where he is. I just wanted to make sure if he went somewhere else, or I didn't really pick it up. So
no, he's where you're there.
We don't know, but
that area.
We're deducing that this is where he is holding out.
We're assuming this is where
Yeah, think more like, I almost think like like a penguin arena where they have like little outcroppings, like they make little fortifications you can like hide behind, and then there's like a main encampment, but with more of like walls around it.
Someone could approach the encampment from different sides.
It could be like an old mission.
For some reason, I imagined it was like against a wall or something.
There are a couple of hills that seem to be kind of it's kind of between some hills.
Okay.
They're not super big hills, but slightly hilly area.
It's in a valley.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So we have some dynamite. Now, y'all, I'd recommend we might want to. I don't know if any of you have a spyglass or something, but we probably want to scout out the defenses they have there, see who's manning what kind of armaments they have.
I got some suggestions on who should do the ret. I've got a few suggestions on who should do the reconnaissance.
The reconnaissance.
Deputy Cole speaks up. I have 5 spyglasses.
He puts all of them up to his face.
No, actually he does.
Aaron was going to suggest. I actually have 5 people I can recommend for reconnaissance. They're called Blast, Past, Kaboom, Kablam, and Bang.
You son of a gun! I'm in. Let's do this.
I rolled to see if anyone had a spyglass, and it was odds or no, evens or yes, and I rolled a nat 20. So yeah, Deputy Cole's like, what size spyglass do you want?
Deputy Cole, you son of a gun, you always prepared. Give me that there spyglass right now.
You got a spyglass that can like turn the sun into like a small flame if you.
Can we have like a laser-sized one that can shoot laser beams at the people?
What's a laser?
It's none of your business. All right, give me that spyglass.
Yeah, he whips out like 3 different. So he has a small one, a medium one, and a large one. And he whips them all out and is like,
I'll grab the medium one and the large one and hand the medium one to Aaron, and then I'm going to extend the large one, and then look and check out the fortifications.
So, as a reminder, it's Aaron. Not Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah, it's a apostrophe, like A apostrophe
Aaron.
A apostrophe RN.
All right, Aaron. What?
So A apostrophe R apostrophe N. Anyway, yeah, we looked through our spyglasses. What do our non-elf eyes see?
They're taking the Hobbits to Isengard.
They taking the
No, that was this weekend. Was watching Lord of the Rings. So anyway, you're able to see the fortifications a little better. There seem to be like some guards at each of the 4 points where the easiest points to get in. Is
there like a gate on all 4 sides?
Yeah, there's a gate on all 4.
Are there towers?
Guards on each.
Or is it just like big and small tents everywhere?
Mostly it's tents. There's like a small tower.
Okay. And
next to each of the gates.
So as Aaron is like looking through his medium spyglass, he said, "Yeah, right. I see it. I got ourselves a plan. Yeah, I got it." He's just kind of like looking over everything. He's like,
as you're watching,
yeah, this will work perfectly. I got what we're gonna do next.
As you're watching, a couple of people seem to be coming back from somewhere with some looks like maybe they had gone hunting and were bringing back some food. There's people seems like it's laundry day. Someone's doing some laundry.
Do they appear heavily armed? Do most of them have guns on them? Are there any cannons or Gatling guns? I don't know.
No.
They have a couple of atomic bombs sitting out front. No big deal.
I just wanted to make sure.
Basically, whatever they could have grabbed and carried with them when they left.
So it's sparse.
Okay.
As far as arms go.
So this is pretty heavily armed.
Okay.
It reminds me
of the. So Aaron.
It reminds me of. Do you guys remember 3 or 4 years ago in Oregon when there's that crazy guy that like tried to fight against the National Guard because he's like, this is our land. Yeah, sounds like that. It sounds kind of like that's what's going on here. Just a bunch of just crazy people insisting
off the grid kind of people that like don't want to like follow the government or anything. Yeah, okay. So they're pretty well armed because like everyone had guns back then. I feel like so.
Yeah.
Oh, they've all got guns, but they definitely don't have any like heavy.
Right.
And at
There's no artillery
at that point in like guns, there wasn't a difference between what a private citizen could own and what what the army could own. Now there's a bit
beyond
of a difference.
like what you could afford.
Not so much, but
the only limiter was what you can afford.
Yeah.
So Aaron collapses his spyglass and he turns over to Doc and says, "All right. So here's what I'm
propositioning
here. So I got like I said, I got blast, pass, kablamo, boom, and pow. Honestly, you could chuck them anywhere and it would do damage. You could chuck them anywhere."
I know that's a good idea, Aaron, but
you just took it anywhere within the walls. Basically, it's just like that fence there. That ain't a fence. That's the edge of a target. That's the edge of a dartboard right there. It's just like toss it in there. It's like a game of sack bags or something, like sandbags. Just like toss them in. And they'll destroy a few buildings.
I'm sorry, but Nick's commitment to his character is probably the best I've seen, because Nick himself would think of something like the most effective place to go, but Nick's character, Aaron, just says, hell if I know, let's just toss him.
Just chuck him.
It's dynamite. It explodes no matter what you do with it.
As long as you light it, it's going to go boom.
Okay, as good as an idea that is, Aaron. We need Sheriff, what's the procedure to go through this? Are we free reign to just throw wherever we want, or
can we just mow them down?
Can we just do?
I mean, they're a viable threat to our community.
All right,
now.
That's enough. Let's do it.
So here's the question I have. Now, obviously, it's not like this exact moment, but there is a demolition skill.
That has to do with dynamite specifically, like those big explosions.
This is dynamite, yes.
So yeah, you'd make a demolition check.
So I wasn't sure if you would like want me to do like a throwing thing or whatever, but I actually put some of my points in demolition. That's what I'm asking. But anyway, so
yeah, roll for it.
So
is there something that we should be doing? Like, should we like?
I mean, I guess like
we get into position. I guess.
Let's have you two roll.
Okay, so my thought is this, Aaron. We have two ways we can do this. One, we can just ride up on the horses and chuck the dynamite in and just blast through. Or two, we can sneak in. Place the dynamite on the towers. Each one of us do one tower, and then we just...
I thought you said
or the walls,
towers.
the corners.
There are 4 short, small towers.
Or we just chuck it on the inside and just hope something happens.
Alright, I see what you're saying. I think we both know which one is more
Alright,
fun.
so you want to go with option A for option. Alright, then we're...
Yeah, A for demolition. No, demolition. Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna get on our horses. We're just gonna ride. You're gonna ride in and throw your.
We're gonna like so like there are a couple of parts in the Lord of the Rings where they just charge with horses and they don't stop. I suggest that we just charge with our horses and we throw the dynamite when we get within throwing range. And we don't stop. We just kind of like, assuming that we just kind of like barrel through the door or whatever, and sort of like start shooting in the middle of the chaos.
I like
and catch
it.
them off
I
guard.
like it.
So
it's dangerous, but I like it.
with the demolition, it's going to be like 2 checks. So the first is the demolition assesses a character's skill with explosive material, whatever kind that is, where to place it, and how far away to stand. If you go bust on this, it usually has disastrous consequences.
You go bust, you dead.
And then you also will have a throw-in. So throw-in skills work just like shooting for most weapons. The range increments for all thrown weapons is plus 5 divided by 5. So add a plus 1 to the TN of a fair 5 for every 5 yards of distance. A target that is 10 yards away is a TN 7, because that's 2 increments of 5, right? So 5 plus 2 is 7. Right. The maximum range a character can throw an average-sized weapon, 1 to 2 pounds, is their strength die type times 5 yards.
50 yards.
Wow. 50 yards.
Jeez. Tom Brady over here with the...
So Aaron kind of like suggests, now, unless you got a good throwing arm, I suggest that I throw my 5 buddies.
Are you gonna like bundle them into one giant dynamite, or are you gonna hold on to a few once you get through?
You really should. That'd be great.
So
into one, but then there'd be like, there'd be one big boom, but then there, we want to spread out the damage, right? So
the thing about if you do it from 50 yards away, that's still gonna be a TN 15.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough
for throwing.
Oh, even with the
because
that's right. Yeah, you're just saying like the 50 yards thing was like just capability.
Yeah, like that's your maximum distance that you can throw in.
Okay.
But the further away you are, the harder it is to hit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's see. So 5 yards was TN 5. 10 yards would be
5 yards would be a TN 6.
TN 6.
Yeah.
I think he said.
How big is the explosion radius of the dynamite?
Well, let's look at that.
That's a great question.
I think that's the biggest question. I say we just get right within range, and then we just chuck it in there.
Oh, here we go. We found it.
Where was it?
It was in the other ranged weapons.
Of course.
So, ammo, 1 stick, rate of fire is 1, obviously. 3d20, damage is 3d20. Remind me what BR10. That's,
What's BR?
What?
The damage
BR 10.
Blast
radius 10. Maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that is.
Yeah.
Because the other one with it is nitro. So
and then range increment, it's 5. Okay. So 3d20 for each of them.
And the radius is 5 yards?
Well, the blast
10.
radius is 10.
And that's radius, not diameter.
So the diameter would be 20. So what would that be? Area of a circle is 2 pi r squared.
Pi r squared.
Who thought?
Yep. We're just gonna go with a 10-foot radius from wherever
I say we ride up. We get to 15 yards, which is a nice chuck.
Radius is...
And then we just throw it, and then once it explodes, we charge in, and then you can just throw the rest of them wherever you want.
Okay, so, to be fair, a radius of 10 yards is approximately 30 feet, right? Yes. We'll say...
Right, yeah.
2,827 square feet is the blast radius of 1 stick of dynamite.
What? That can't be right.
I'm using Senior Google.
That's like a house.
Pi r squared.
It just says 10.
Pi r squared is the area for a circle.
We might want to look at what blast radius actually means.
That makes total sense to me. That sounds right.
That's not it.
That sounds like when you consider what dynamite is. That sounds right. It just seems like this is a very small area to toss in 5 sticks of dynamite.
Well, we're just throwing 1.
Much better.
And then we're going to spread it out in other areas. So that's my thought. We get within 15 yards, maybe 20 yards. You chuck that thing in, it explodes, and then we rush in, and then you can just throw them. But we need to be grouped together.
Yeah, It looks like it's yards.
All right.
I mean, everything else in this game is measured in yards, so...
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
YOLO.
Yep.
That seems like a lot.
No, but you think about dynamite.
Yeah. Let's look up videos of dynamite exploding.
I'll put it on our Instagram.
To-do list. Look
Let's
up
see.
dynamite video.
Dynamite video.
Dynamite has a blast radius of 14 feet.
That's about half of what is in the Weird West.
Yeah, but we're
it is the
using
Weird
big
West,
boy
I guess.
size dynamite. All right, let's do this. Come on, let's
Yes.
go right in and blow some stuff up.
Okay.
So we're saddling up. Aaron
We'll
is
stop,
holding on to his sticks of dynamite in his little satchel.
We're charging.
And we're just beginning
Yep.
to book it
I
towards
think
the
this is
fortifications
perfect.
as dust
And
flies
I am
from us.
sitting with the two... I'm sitting with the two agents and going, don't worry, it'll only be a matter of time before we hear a couple of boom boom pow pows and a couple of dead bodies hitting the ground. Don't worry, we'll be out of here by supper.
There we go.
Hey there, best friends. It's Danny.
It's also Erica.
Erica is here also.
I am alive.
We're here to tell you about a little network called the Necropodicon Network. I'm sure you've heard of it.
It's world renowned.
We thank them at the end of our show every single week.
Yeah, and you never check them out, do you? Well, this is your time.
Yeah, we're finding you on other podcasts now
Yeah,
to
stop
tell you that you
fronting.
need to check out the Necropodicon Network.
Stop saying you support the Necropodicon Network and just do it.
Stop running from the truth. They have role-playing podcasts. They have horror podcasts. They have comedy podcasts. They have movie review podcasts. There are lots of fun podcasts over there, and you're missing out if you don't go over to necropodicon.com right now.
So get that sweet tookus keep that sweet tookus on your couch and Google Necropodicon.com.
Necropodicon. Hard to pronounce, easy to listen.
I'm having a marvelous day.
Dun, da, 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 da.